take out your pencils. I got this.
We're all good at something. Maybe it's breakdancing or skateboarding or video games. Whatever you're good at, you had the skills to make it happen. And those same skills will help us get to college. Visit knowhowtogo.org to learn what you should be doing right now to prepare for college. Start taking the steps at knowhowtogo.org.
I've got what it takes. So do you.
Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Your home for Richmond Spiders athletics all year round. W291CL Lakeside Richmond. WURV HD2 Richmond. We are 1061 ESPN.
Start your morning right with Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company, the official coffee of Fitz the Bill and ESPN Richmond. They have fresh artisan pastries made from scratch daily in their own in-house bakeries to go along with some of the best coffee in RVA. 3 locations, one in Shotco Bottom, one in the West End, and one in Lynchburg. Check them out too online at ironcladcoffee.com. Fitz the Bill is powered by Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company each and every morning.
Richmond, it's time to get your morning going. Spicy Mom.
We are going to wreak havoc.
The only thing I am thinking about is the game.
Holy catfish! Touchdown, Seahawks!
Rashid Shaheed. Richmond Sports Talk by Richmond sports fans. This is Fitz the Bill with Jack Fitzpatrick. All live from the capital of the Commonwealth, where sharp analysis, your cause, and Richmond always come first. If it's making headlines locally or nationally, we're breaking it down. Now, live from the capital of the Commonwealth, Fitz the Bill with your host, Jack Fitzpatrick.
With the first pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise Debonsa Jr. from Brigham Young University.
You just know every single Wizards fan last night had a heart attack, an absolute heart attack when they heard A.J. Debonsa's name. He wanted to use his father's name. It was really touching. It was really nice. I don't think anyone expected him to go by his government legal name. And I'll be honest, when I heard that name come out of Adam Silver's mouth, I went, wait, huh? They're going completely off the board. What are they?
I'm going to call him AJ. I'm going to call him AJ.
I'm going to call him AJ too. Exactly right. Welcome into Fitz the Bill here on this Wednesday morning. Appreciate you clocking in, making us part of your day on 1061 ESPN Richmond, streaming on the ESPN Richmond app, ESPNRichmond.com, and streaming live with video over on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. As always, you can find us. Just type in ESPN Richmond. We should pop up. You can be part of the show on this Wednesday morning by calling or texting in 804-327-0888. If you're a Wizards fan, if you're Reggie, you can call in. Let us know your thoughts on the Wizards pick. I think right now, the only Wizards fan brave enough to show their face has been Reggie so far since doing this show. But maybe a couple more will come through the cracks after last night's NBA draft where the Wizards were able to get A.J. Debonsa with the number 1 pick. Darren Peterson, he went second overall to the Jazz despite not working out for them. Darren Peterson, we all know it was a big hoopla around it all. He only worked out for the Washington Wizards. He thought he was going to go number 1. I thought Peterson was going to be the number 1 pick, but as the day went on yesterday, I became more and more okay with the fact that Debonsa was going to be the number 1 pick, and then that Debonsa fit so well in this Wizards team, a lot better than what Peterson was going to do. And now you think about what the Wizards can trot out on the floor, assuming Alex Sarr is going to be healthy there for the first game of the season. But you got to imagine what Sarr at the 5, Anthony Davis at the 4, and A.J. Debonsa at the 3. If Debonsa can, Debonsa already is a good ball handler, a good shooter, all of that. He can play the 3 pretty well. You've got extreme size, and all of a sudden you look like a really formidable front court there. I really like the A.J. Debonsa pick. I'm not breaking any news. I'm not going to rock the boat and say Debonsa is going to be a bust, nothing like that. I think Debonsa, and apologies for the pun here, Alan, I think he's just going to be a slam dunk, and he's going to be darn good in Washington. And I think Washington is going to be a playoff team this upcoming season. Not a play-in team, but a playoff team.
Yeah, I'm confused by the conversation had pre-draft. Like, to me, it just seemed kind of, a no-brainer. AJ was the better player all year. I've been saying it all year. I know people talk upside and things like that, but the one intangible that would have maybe made me pick Peterson over DeBonsa would have been like work ethic or leadership, one of those little buzzwords.
X factors,
yeah,
and he didn't.
He does
display
not have any of those right now.
Yeah,
maybe he'll develop into something else. But
we were on different sides of the DeBonsa Peterson stuff.
for sure.
You were big on DeBonsa. I love the Peterson upside. I still love the Peterson upside. I think he's going to go to Utah, and you know what? He's going to get a lot of opportunities to take shots. Although they were talking about it on the draft coverage last night. The clock may be starting to tick now in Utah. They may be expecting to be a little bit better now that they've got Ace Bailey in the building with Darren Peterson and Laurie Markkinen. They're expecting to maybe take a step forward and be a little bit more competitive in the West. I just love the higher upside of Peterson. But you're right. When you're taking that number one pick, you probably don't want as much volatility, which is why I started to come around on A.J. DeBonsa as the day went on. And by the time I sat on my couch, 8 p.m. hit, and Adam Silver walked up to the mic and he said, "The Washington Wizards are now on the clock," in his robotic monotone voice. I was like, you know what? I think it's going to be DeBonsa, and I think that it's going to work out extremely well for Washington.
Yeah, it was twice last year that I saw A.J. DeBonsa come out of half and literally dominate a game. Like to the point where I'm pretty sure he outscored the entire other team by himself.
Man, I saw Darren Peterson do that too, though.
And I saw AJ do it like over and over. Like his play was consistent, his attitude was consistent, and he lost every single asset of that team down the stretch. At some point in March, it was just him by himself basically on the court, and he never wavered, he never complained, his effort never dropped. In fact, I think he played harder for his teammates. And so for me, when we're talking about franchise players in the NBA and stuff like that, I look at this last crop of guys and some of the silliness that has surrounded them. And I'll even throw Ja Morant in there. I would rather take my chances on somebody like AJ or Boozer or even Caleb Wilson. I don't want anybody.
You don't want any crazy.
I don't want any questionable character issues anymore, man, because the Memphis Grizzlies have wasted so much time with that knucklehead, man. And people are going to continue to take chances on him because of his talent.
He's good,
but he's not helping. He's not making them better.
He's got to grow up.
Yeah,
I mean, Ja Morant's got to grow up. Darren Peterson, he's kind of got to grow up.
But we're seeing Darren Peterson show you right now that he needs to grow up. At least Ja didn't come in like that.
Yeah, Ja was Murray State. Seemed like actually a really good kid.
Yeah, so I'm like, yo, I don't want any parts of Darren Peterson. When I see Bill Self frustrated working with you, all the people he's worked with, this guy worked with Embiid, for crying out loud.
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard all the reports, but like they said, it was creatine. Oh, he was alert, and that created a full body cramp. There's kind of a rumbling around the league that no one really believed that.
I don't believe it.
And that adds a whole other layer to all of it.
But a lot of athletes take creatine. I don't think many have ever had that issue.
Well, and if you look, a friend of mine, he's allergic to whey, like the whey protein, so he can't have it. He learned it by taking it. He got really sick for a day. So yeah, sure. Are there things out there that other athletes take you can be allergic to or your body just doesn't interact well with? Sure. But a lot of people around the league, I think, were questioning more about it being a load management thing and kind of saying that they were lying. But he passed all of his medicals with flying colors. So that's going to be fascinating to see how it plays out in Utah. Because if Darren Peterson plays well and he is who we thought he was coming into Kansas year one, he's going to be, he could be the best. And this is why I was so infatuated with Darren Peterson. He could be the greatest player in this draft. His upside is the highest of anyone in this draft, but his floor is probably the lowest of any of the 4 top picks: AJ DeBonsa, Cam Boozer, Caleb Wilson. So that volatility is just going to be really interesting to see play out. And now he's in Utah, one of the weirdest markets in the NBA. He's got Ace Bailey, who's another knucklehead over there in Utah too.
Ace was okay last year.
Yeah, because they allowed him to shoot 100 times a game.
Yeah, and then they got their front court guy who thinks he's
now they got Jaren Jackson Jr., who came from
Jokic.
Memphis. They've got interesting pieces in Utah. Peterson, I think they're hoping, is the cherry on top of the cake. They're hoping that he's not a gone bad maraschino cherry, but one of those Luxardo really good maraschino cherries.
And my argument isn't that he's not deserving of being in a number one pick. My argument is that if you're the Washington Wizards, you need to go with the safe pick.
Yes.
You can't afford to blow this. It's been 100 years since you've gotten a first pick.
As Reggie would call it and say, they're in year 100 of their 20-year rebuild.
Yeah, so you got to go with the safer pick. I think AJ's the safer pick, and I think he gives you a little bit more front court versatility too, because I can see him sliding in a small lineup and still being a factor.
I see him slotting in a lot. He has positional versatility.
Yes.
He can slot in a lot of different places, and I'm excited to see how he plays alongside Anthony Davis, how he plays alongside Alex Sarr. And then you've got Trae Young that you just signed to an extension or not. I guess he opted out, so it's technically just an entirely new contract in the way that the NBA does it. So you've got him there.
And if you re-sign him, you can't bring in Peterson.
Yeah, I mean, well,
it wouldn't work.
Peterson was okay with being an off-ball guard, but he wanted to eventually take over the point guard responsibilities. Trae Young, as we all know, is a very ball dominant player. Yeah. So maybe you thought kind of like the De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper thing. We have this guy for a couple of years. When this contract expires, we move off of him and we bring in the young guy. But they don't have to play. They don't have to worry about any of that because they've just got Trae Young manning the point. George is a really good guard as well. Trey Johnson, their draft pick from a year ago, he had flashes this last year. Maybe this is me not being beaten down by years and years and years of Wizards ineptitude, because at an early age, I realized the Washington Wizards just weren't going to be my NBA franchise just by growing up in Fredericksburg. So I didn't have to deal with the years of ineptitude with the Wizards. Maybe this is where this optimism is coming from, but I think there are reasons for optimism heading into next season for Washington.
Yeah, no, you should be optimistic. You got talent on the team now, and I'm expecting them to want to compete. I think they've gotten past the phase where we're going to continue to tank just to get a top draft pick,
especially now.
And the rules have changed.
They got in right at the right time.
Yeah, and no matter what we think about Trae Young and Anthony Davis, they're not losers in the sense of they're not going to sit around and try to lose games for an entire season.
Exactly. And something that they talked about last night on the draft coverage was the Wizards need to learn how to win. Well, yeah. Anthony Davis has won a title. He knows how to win. And Trae Young, what'd they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals a couple of years ago? He knows how to win. Now,
they've been highly competitive.
Yeah. Every step of the way. Other interesting picks last night in the draft. Well, Peterson went second. Cam Boozer went third. Caleb Wilson went fourth. That was kind of how they stacked up in a lot of mocks. That wasn't necessarily all that shocking 1 through 4. Keaton Wagler, the guard out of Illinois, he went fifth. The real shot came at 6 with the Brooklyn Nets. Everyone thought that they were going to go with the Arkansas guard, Darius Acuff, which, if you remember, he put on an absolute show in the months of February and March this past year. And they ended up going with Mikal Brown Jr., the guard out of Louisville, which left a lot of people scratching their heads. Acuff shot up draft boards. He became kind of the talk of the town because of his play late on in the season. I think Bruce called in and was like, you got to watch out for Acuff early on in the college basketball year.
Yeah.
Turns out he was right. Top 7 pick. But the Brooklyn Nets shocked a lot of people, took Mikal Brown Jr. The Brooklyn Nets are just an absolute mess. I don't really feel bad for Brooklyn, but it's got to be a real punch in the gut last night. They're in the Barclays Center, the home of the Brooklyn Nets, right? And they come into the NBA draft coverage on ESPN, not with like here we are in Brooklyn, home of the Nets. No, they did a whole montage on the New York Knicks championship parade. That's got to be an absolute gut punch because that's being played in the arena too. So in the arena, they are celebrating the New York Knicks championship.
Yeah, I watched the Seattle Seahawks win the Super Bowl at Levi, so I get their feeling.
Yeah, you
I understand
you understand.
I understand that. But however, if you're the Nets, you kind of deserve that. Know where you are. You don't belong here. We need to send them to Portland.
No, we need to send them back to make the Nets the Supersonics. Give Seattle.
Don't do Seattle.
You don't need. Look, we don't need to get 2 expansion teams into this. Let's just bring 1 expansion team.
This is the pre-coffee argument in my group chat right now as we speak in real time about the Nets pick because my friend believes, well, Acuff didn't even play defense for Cal. That's crazy. And I said, it's the modern NBA. If we're being real, and I'm using his words actually when I say this, if we're being real, you can hide one guy. on defense.
Jalen Brunson,
Yeah,
the Knicks just won a title.
If
with
you're
one
giving
of
me
the
20 plus a night, I can find a way to keep you on the court.
Just literally look at the Knicks. They got a 5'11" guard who can't defend.
I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
And he just scored 45.
Exactly. And that's what we need him to do. We need you to score the 40, and we'll find a way to hide you on defense enough to hemorrhage the bleeding here, and you can still be an elite player for us. Because people would consider Brunson elite, and then they wouldn't say defense. They would say he's a closer, he can score, yada, yada, yada. He's now the walking king of New York. And I'm like, dude, Acuff's got so much offensive upside, man. You could not be sitting in the war room with me and tell me we're not picking him because he doesn't play defense in the year of our Lord 2026. Come on, man.
It was also just so funny that Brooklyn, look, I get it. Brown has a lot of upside. He had those injuries this last year in Louisville. He's got a lot of upside. I'm with you, though. I think Acuff is the better player. Here's where I just don't understand it. Maybe I'm getting too in the weeds of it all. But the Brooklyn Nets knew that Sacramento desperately wanted Darius Acuff. Why, if you are the Brooklyn Nets, do you not signal, hey, we are going to take Darius Acuff, put out the smoke screens, do all of that, force Sacramento to trade up one spot with you, get a little extra, get a second rounder in there?
That's too NFL for the NBA.
That's true. I sat down watching the draft. Eva sits down with me and she goes, this seems a little different than the NFL draft. And I'm like, oh, it's not at all the same. It's
nowhere near as secretive and conniving and things like that.
And it's just also not as good of a TV product. The NBA had 5 minutes on the clock, and it still took them 20 minutes between picks to announce it. I was like, come on, man.
My other concern is what a terrible situation. Brooklyn or the Kings. You're losing either way you go, man.
Look, at least in Brooklyn, you're in Brooklyn. You're in a fun city. We're in Sacramento. I can say we're on the East Coast. In Sacramento, that's not a great city to be living in. You're losing every day, and then you're losing off the court because you got to live in Sacramento.
That stinks.
At least you're losing on the court with the Nets, and then off the court, you can go to Williamsburg and enjoy what Brooklyn has to offer. You can take the train on over to Manhattan.
Is it too early for me to say this? Can we free my guy Boozer?
Already?
Yes, get him out of Memphis, man.
Wow.
Get him out of Memphis. He deserves better.
You know what I absolutely love about this Memphis pick? Granted, there weren't a lot of guard options here, but you just traded away Jaren Jackson Jr., Triple J, to the Utah Jazz, and now you're backfilling his role with another forward, with another big man.
Just signal that you want to get rid of the problem. Ja Morant's the problem.
Well, the issue is no one wants to offer him anything. So they're going to have to give Ja Morant maybe free. There's talks that they may just cut him.
I don't know what they're going to do with their roster because, I get that he's talented. And I know the NBA is super talent driven, but he gives them nothing but problems. And he's going to be influential. You're bringing in a rookie and all these other players. He's the alpha and the omega. He's got guys wanting to fight him at practice and stuff last year. And he's always got something going on off the court. And I'm just like, dude, you can't build a team around. It's clear as day. You can't build a team around him.
They got to get off of Ja Morant. And I think they were trying to prior to the draft. He won't be. I do not expect him to be a Memphis Grizzly by the time the first game rolls around. Just because of everything you laid out. You just can't. And then you look at some of the other guys that they have. Cedric Coward, they're two. He was a draft darling last year and had a pretty darn good rookie season. I believe he even had a couple of votes for rookie of the year. Now you got Cam Boozer. Zach Edey has kind of developed into a pretty solid 5 for the Memphis Grizzlies. You've got a nice little young core. You got to get rid of Ja. And you've got to just get whatever you can back for him.
You can't tell me that the Bulls or somebody was not interested in Ja Morant.
I would happily take Ja Morant for whatever team.
Everybody would, for the most part.
If I've got a good enough quote unquote we're talking culture. Yeah. Miami, go give him a call. Maybe not Miami.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
Don't put him
I forget about this. I forget about the city around it, but that culture,
the culture
would do great.
Yeah. What about the nightlife?
Man, what team? Utah?
I'm seriously send him somewhere where
he's got to go to a quiet nightlife.
Utah,
Denver.
Minnesota would be nice.
No, him and Ant would get into way too many problems.
I mean,
him and Ant
is better than Memphis. I can tell you that. I'm surprised he hasn't had
maybe
other
Denver.
incidents in Memphis.
Maybe Denver. They need a guard.
Yeah,
maybe Denver. But that's where it all started. I think that was the nightclub that started all of this.
I mean, Denver sneaky nightlife has gotten a lot of people in trouble.
Hey, I can't attest. I've never been to Denver. Maybe that's our next Fitz the Bill on the road. Maybe we take the show to.
I've been there, man. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
All right, let's get a break in here. Step aside. Turn our attention over to the World Cup because someone decided to show up yesterday in the World Cup. We'll break that down and more with our World Cup Corner coming up next.
You're with Fitz the Bill on 106.1 ESPN Richmond this morning. Short break coming up.
106.1 ESPN on-air interviews presented by the Herman Allen Plumbing Heating and Cooling Hotline with Lennox products that make the air in your home absolutely perfect.
Bon Air Shell has been serving the RVA community for 20 plus years, providing service with a smile and technicians you can trust. Family owned and operated, 8762 Huguenot Road.
This is advertising material.
When a doctor's mistake leaves you or someone you love seriously hurt, you need a fighter in your corner. Alexander Schnarr Trial Attorneys has been holding negligent doctors and hospitals accountable and getting families the justice they deserve. The consultation is free. They don't get paid until you do. Call 877-222-6666 or visit alexwins.law. Don't wait, alexwins.law.
This is advertising material. Past results do not guarantee future outcomes. Every case is different. Philip George is licensed attorney in Virginia, is responsible for legal work. Office is located in Norfolk.
Experience fun in a street-legal electric low-speed vehicle from Bintelli. Now available for cruising in your neighborhood from Richmond LSV. Our LSVs come with a Virginia license plate, lithium battery, Bluetooth, and much more. Follow us on social media, Richmond LSV. Schedule a test drive today. Text 804-363-4351 or email info@richmondlsv.com. Fun, fully charged.
Stop by Grabo Sports Cards, the preeminent sports card shop in the Mid-Atlantic, located next to Parlay Bar and Lounge and Scott's Addition for a wide selection of baseball, football, basketball, soccer, UFC, WWE, Pokemon cards, and more. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or our website at grabos.co, or pop into one of our live breaks on Fanatics Live or eBay Live. Thank you from Grabo Sports Cards.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog, though they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Our front paws, hands or feet.
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Colonel's cooked up a new $10 bucket of the day just for you. Monday, 24 nuggets for $10. Tuesday, 8-piece fried chicken for $10. Wednesday, 10 wings for $10. Thursday, 8 tenders for $10. Friday, 24 nuggets for, ooh, you guessed it, didn't you? $10. The $10 bucket of the day deal. Every weekday, only at KFC. It's finger licking good.
Prices and participation vary while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra.
106.1 ESPN traffic.
There been an accident heading south on Chippenham Parkway near Route 1, causing heavy traffic backing up from Strathmore Road. Just beware of a crash heading north on Powhite Parkway at the Chippenham toll booth with heavy traffic from Midlothian Turnpike. And expect delays heading north on 95 between Broad Street and Bryan Park Interchange.
Richmond wanted local sports talk in the morning, and we Fitz the Bill. Back now on 106.1 ESPN Richmond.
Neto full of speed out there on that side. Off goes Cancelo, delivering the cross! Ronaldo!
Welcome to the World Cup, Ronaldo. Finally, man. He finally found the back of the net. Good for him. Good for him. 5-0 win for Portugal over Uzbekistan.
Rather disrespectful.
Fine. Cool. He's got 2 goals. Oh, Messi's got a bunch.
I know,
Messi
man.
the GOAT, baby. I've always been a Messi fan. Messi day one. Ronaldo who? He had a quote after the game. I always arrive. His response to critics.
Let me see if I can do this without busting people's eardrums. So
Okay. There it
I
is.
was happy to see him, man.
Guess how many shots he took to score his 2 goals.
It's going to take 100 to get those 2, but it's fine. He found the back of the net.
Or I guess technically he didn't need all 7 to score, right? Because he scored in the 6th minute and the 39th minute. He had 34
the volley
total.
was nice.
It was nice. I mean, there are times when you're like, oh, that's right. That's why he's regarded as one of the greatest in the world. And he's just a little old now. But then he has games like the first where they could not find the back of the net.
It's a mentality. It's an approach, man. Like, he played awful in that first game. I'm not going to lie.
The whole Portuguese team did. Portugal team.
He looked old, but he was also in the way. Just get out the way, man. Like, if you're having a bad game, get out the way. Like, I think
Move.
I got a little bit more of the old Ronaldo there, a little bit more movement, a little bit more commitment to, passing the ball when he's got people on him, not trying to do everything himself. There's a lot of talent on that Portuguese side, man.
Yes.
He doesn't need to do it. He doesn't need, maybe if this was like 8 years ago, sure.
But not right now.
No, he does not need
There's an
to
argument to be made that he should be coming off the bench.
Yeah, you could probably make that argument. I'm not going to make it because I don't want to get beat up. Like I said before, only Thierry Henry and Zoltan can comment on his play, and people let it go because I know online they were mad about it. But what can you say to those two?
What can you say to Thierry Henry, one of the greatest
seriously,
players?
like if he's being critical, which it was funny in that broadcast, Henry and Zoltan was critical, but the night guys who are not as well placed amongst soccer legends were not nearly as critical. If anything, they were more apologetic and making excuses for him. Whereas Henry came right out and was like, yeah, they lost because of selfish play. And he did a whole segment on it. He was right. And I think obviously they got it together. And I know it was Uzbekistan, but we've seen people draw with teams that they shouldn't have drawn with. So it was good to see them look like they were competent.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of crazy outcomes in this World Cup so far.
And in the English game.
England got the 4-2 win over Croatia. Their offense came alive in their first game. And then in the England game,
psych,
against Ghana,
gotcha.
They said, "Oh, we actually used up all of our goals already. we have no more goals left to give." They drew 0-0 with Ghana. Come on, man. I think that's only the third or fourth 0-0 draw though we've had in these World Cups.
Give it up for Ghana, man.
Yeah, good for you, Ghana. Good for you. You're staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive.
That's what it's all about for some of these teams.
Yeah.
Put yourself in a position. Somebody last night did that actually.
Croatia stayed alive and eliminated Panama, and then Colombia. They got a 1-0 win, and now they're on to the round of 32.
That's right. Colombia ended up winning. I was gonna say if they had have tied,
Congo would have
been in a position where they would have had the easier last game, and if they had a high enough goal differential, they would have popped into second. But it's crazy to think like that.
Yeah.
But at some point, probably around like the 80th minute, it goes into the back of your mind.
Well,
we don't have to win this.
Exactly. And it got into their back of their minds because they didn't notch the go-ahead goal for Colombia until the 76th minute. Croatia's very close to going onto my no-bet list, though. Very close.
They're not a sexy team.
Not at all. Not at all. And they scored 2 goals against England in that 4-2 loss. It was tied 2-2, I think, going into halftime.
Yeah.
And then England ended up scoring the 2 in the second half. And I was like, all right, Croatia, they went toe-to-toe in England. That was a 50-50 type of game. But I still think they are the best, if not a close second best team in their group. They should play Panama. And you know what they should do to Panama? They should absolutely boat race them. They didn't. And I bet them to score over 1.5 goals.
Oh, you know what's crazy? I bet both of them to score, and yeah, that's
the worst. That's a tough. So Croatia,
like 3 shots in front of the goal.
Croatia, I'm eyeing you. You may not be on the no bet list just yet, but if they have another stinker in the group stage, they may be thrown on the no bet list before we head to the knockout stage, because right now they've got 3 points. Ghana and England, that whole group is still up for grabs, right? England has 4 points. Ghana beat Panama, right?
I believe that they did.
Yeah. Both Ghana and England have 4 points. Croatia has 3 points, and Panama has no points. So it's really between England, Ghana, and Croatia right now, and it's going to come down to that final game. Croatia, Ghana, England, Panama.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a fun last game.
Looking at it now, clearly you would favor the English side.
Yeah,
I think for England, what they need to remember is that they can't give up goals, and that's what actually has them in this predicament right now. They gave up 2 goals against Croatia, rather than winning 4-0 or 4-1. That those 2 goals are an issue, and so we'll see. We'll see how Ghana and Croatia play it. I mean, for Ghana, if you draw there, then you're good. You're going to advance. You're still going to stay second. You can't lose. Croatia being aggressive and on the front foot is not something I think that goes in the same sentence.
If Croatia wins, they'll have 6 points, and if Ghana draws, they'll only have 5. So Ghana. So not to go into the whole if then this that, but
I mean it's going to come up.
It's going to come up. We'll do a full breakdown next week when it gets closer with it. We got a text in from Corey. He's not too happy with England. He might be throwing England on his note bet list.
Look, Corey, man, this is the England that we know. If you follow international soccer, they are always due for a stinker or a WTF moment, and this was both a stinker and a WTF moment. And this is kind of what you get with Harry Kane. Like it's symbolic of Harry Kane's career as their main striker. I mean, Rooney had the same issue. Like he had a lot of like, what is going on moments. Like when they're the feature, they just got to figure out a way to get more creativity on their attack, man. Like it can't just be through balls to Harry Kane. Harry Kane
and even with those
1v1s,
even with those, Kane still had a chance late, but just skied one over the top of the net, and it was just a very unimaginative game plan from Tuchel.
So much talent,
yes,
up front with them. I don't understand.
I agree.
Marcus Rashford outruns people on a regular basis. I don't understand.
I'm not arguing with you. You're right.
It's
they
so
do.
weird to me.
They act like that they're Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Yeah,
they don't act like they're one of the top soccer playing nations in the world.
They're the only soccer nation with top tier talent that doesn't seem to know how to ever bring it all together.
They're like,
when you watch France, that's a collection of talent all together. Yeah, we know Mbappe, but before Mbappe, it was Henry, it was Zidane, it was Ribéry, it was all these names that we know. But every time those guys hit the field, as a collective group, all the talent was displayed. Like when you watch England, you're just like, dude, is it Harry Kane's turn today? Is it somebody else's turn?
It almost reminds me of watching the early days of Pochettino with the U.S. men's national team. Of course, nowhere near the same amount of like talent.
Yeah, of course.
But where Pochettino was like, we are playing my style.
Yeah.
We are doing it my way. That kind of seems like what Tuchel's doing, where he's like, we're playing my way. I'm not going to highlight my great players. We are going to force it into the way I want to play.
Well, good luck with that, man. This is the English way.
And we've got a loaded slate of games here today. We've got 2 games at 3 p.m., 2 games at 6, 2 games at 9. We're doubling up. We're double dipping. Bosnia-Herzegovina, they take on Qatar at 3, as does Switzerland, Canada. Morocco, Haiti face off at 6. Scotland, Brazil at 6. Czechia, Mexico at 9. And South Africa, South Korea at 9.
So you give me those games again.
Bosnia-Herzegovina against Qatar.
Okay.
Switzerland, Canada.
All right. So if I think the goal differential is too high. Never mind. I was going to say, man, Switzerland might be in a bond if they lose, but they got a +3 goal differential.
If you're betting these games, you've got to monitor how many of these games actually matter. Because, like, if you look at the Czechia-Mexico game, Mexico's already into the next round. So, in theory, Mexico could bench some of their players. Czechia needs to win to stay alive. So, in theory, you would think Czechia has more to play for. But Mexico, playing in front of their home fans, probably want to get a win still. So, just keep in mind about what needs to happen in the groups if you are betting on these games. All right, let's go. Let's take a quick break. Funny text from Corey just came through. Let's take a quick break on the other side. Bruce, hang tight on line 1. We'll get to you on the other side. You're listening to Fitz the Bill.
You're listening to Fitz the Bill. Don't touch that dial.
Tune in to the Henrico Huddle with Dennis Bickmeyer the last Wednesday of each month, afternoons on 106.1 ESPN, or updates online at henricosea.com.
RVA has the international soccer fever, and the perfect spot to catch every match and enjoy great food is at La Playa Mexican Restaurant. Plenty of high-def, big-screen TVs showing every tournament game with daily happy hour specialty drinks and chef-inspired menu specials. La Playa is a dining experience where the rich culinary traditions of Mexico meet the freshest seafood served daily. 2617 West Broad Street in the Fan. Dine in or order online at LaPlayaRVA.com and let the games begin.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
1061 ESPN on-air interviews presented by the Herman Allen Plumbing Heating and Cooling Hotline with Lennox products that make the air in your home absolutely perfect.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-746-0155. That's 800-746-0155. 800-746-0155.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
There are very few players in the history of the NBA that we would say skipped steps when it comes to contending and winning a championship. Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. That's where we're at. And all of those guys are top 10 players all time. That's where this thing feels like it's trending with Wemby.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. 1061 ESPN weather.
Expecting clearer skies today with less humidity. We're expecting highs reaching 83 degrees later this afternoon with partly cloudy skies tonight with lows dropping down to 62.
Richmond's morning sports conversation continues. Fitz the Bill. Back now on 1061 ESPN Richmond.
Nothing but making a sucker in you equal. Don't be another sequel. Spread yourself.
Welcome back in. Fitz the Bill here on this Wednesday morning. Head on out to the phone lines. We've got Bruce on line one. Good morning, Bruce. How we doing?
Good morning, Fitz. Good morning, Alan. Express yourself. Do it. Express yourself. So, hey, guys, I mean, we can get grades. We can give grades based on last evening's NBA draft. And then we can give what happened at number 22. Fitz, Allen, I don't know where y'all are coming down on this number 22 pick. I don't know. I want you guys to just watch some of his highlights. Because y'all know I'm going to exaggerate it. I'm going to prosecute and do all of this other stuff regarding LeBronian. I'm just going to say something, and I think Fitz and Allen are going to instantly, as Bruce Jr. did last evening, I think y'all are going to push back on my comment. And I'm cool with that. The number 22 pick that the 76ers got last evening, there are hints of a young Stephen Curry. If you look at the shot-making ability, I know we were all enamored by the kid from Arkansas at that guard spot. But there are hints. I'm not saying I guess there's likeness, if I will. I used the term hints last evening with my son of a Stephen Curry. The ability, the form work, and all of that type of motion is hint. It reminds you of a Stephen Curry. You know, that release, that ability to get a shot, to create his own shot. All of that is true. So Philadelphia, good job. Washington Wizards, if I say something, Washington Wizards, as I've been saying, will be much better years going forward. And Milwaukee did not come out bad at all, nor did the Atlanta Hawks. So that was my summation. But I just think Philadelphia got a steal at 22. So that's my take.
High upside, right? I mean, he shot 40% from three this last year. The dude can score well, averaged 22 points at Alabama. Philon seems like a guy that has a lot of upside. Now, there are some downsides. He had to go back to Alabama last year because the NBA thought he wasn't ready. He took necessary steps forward this past year with the Crimson Tide, but I think there are still some question marks around his game, around his playmaking ability, and that's something he's going to have to really improve on. Plus side here, though, for the 76ers, they draft a guard. Guess what they already have a surplus of? Guards, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe. He can sit. He doesn't have to immediately take a big role, Bruce. I think that's a good pick.
I think some of your comments, Fitz, are similar comments we heard about Stephen Curry coming out of Davidson. I think the NBA is big man in love, but it's guard driven. I think that's a difference. It's big man in love, but it's guard driven.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you saw it early, although a lot of guards went off the board, but you saw in the first 4 picks, 3 of them were big men. So it's something you need. You need to have a big man that you can kind of plant your flag around. But you're right. The guards make it all work. They make everything move. Bruce, appreciate you calling in. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, guys.
There goes Bruce. No, I mean, the 76ers did have a good pick. And I mean, VJ Edgecombe he was one of my favorite picks last year. Doing well drafting. Good. I'll give the 76ers some love when the 76ers deserve some love. And that pick last night, they took a swing on Philon Jr., the Alabama guard. See if it pays off for him. They don't have to rush him. He should be able to kind of grow in that role. Although, you kind of wish you had Jared McCain there now, don't you?
Yeah. I would probably
fill in a need you didn't need.
I would probably have went more with the Klay Thompson tree than the Steph Curry tree. And the only reason why I say that is because Steph always had good passing, and then Steph also developed the ability to finish at the basket. Obviously, he didn't come out the league come into the league like that, but I saw the development into that. I don't know if Philon's game is catered to developing in that direction. That's why I think he would be more of a Klay Thompson thing, which isn't like you're still getting the scoring and the shooting.
Yeah. I try to avoid comparing people to all-time greats because and this is no slight to Bruce, but Philon is not going to be a Steph Curry. Like the odds
he's
of
a
that,
microwave though.
He is a microwave.
Yeah,
He scored a
microwave.
22 points, 40% from three. I mean, those are nice numbers, but that's like seeing Con Knipple first year in Charlotte going, that's going to be Steph Curry. Like that's putting unneeded expectations on the guy.
He was close though.
He was real close.
He was close to 50,
now, can he do it over the course of a 20-year career? That's where Steph Curry
I was gonna say,
separates.
I can't knock Knipple because, like I said, in March we were like, "Yo, this dude might be the greatest rookie scorer of all time."
Yeah,
what is going on?
Philon has a chance to do something similar though. The dude was a bucket.
I can see Philon getting hot, and that be the guy that in the quarter scores like 21 plus, and you're just like, man, this dude can't miss.
But it's so funny that they have
complimentary player to Maxey and Edgecombe.
Yes,
perfect pick.
Hilarious to me though. They had Jared McCain, got rid of him, and then they're like, wait. What if we drafted a shooting, like a guard that can shoot really well from three?
A Jared McCain.
It's like, crazy. Maybe that's why Maury got fired, right? That got
Absolutely.
lost. Yeah. I always forget sometimes. That got lost in the Knicks shuffle of it all.
For the 2026 NBA season, whenever we talk about somebody that doesn't need to be talked about anymore, we're sending them to Portland. Everybody goes to Portland. That's where we banish people.
Portland low-key was nice this last year. We'll talk about. We got Portland coming up. News or snooze? Let's hit it.
Let's go. News or snooze?
News.
Extra, read all about it.
Or snooze.
Let me put myself on camera here. Not number. No 2026 supplemental draft. Brendan Sorsby's NFL path paused, and we can stop talking about him.
Newsworthy. It's newsworthy that we have to stop. We got to stop talking about him. That's actually what it is. Dan Graziano went on SportsCenter yesterday when all of this news broke. He explained what is actually happening because it's kind of an interesting little wrinkle in it all.
They sent Brendan Sorsby a long letter from the attorney of the management council. And basically it said that they didn't feel he had adequately addressed the issues that led to these circumstances. That, he's no longer eligible to play in the NCAA. We all know why. It's because of what the league said in its letter is a repeated pattern of violations involving gambling. And they just didn't feel like that he had addressed those issues sufficiently for them to hold a supplemental draft. The league does not have to hold a supplemental draft. It's in the league's sole discretion whether to do so. And they didn't feel that Brendan Sorsby had adequately addressed the issues that led to him basically needing to apply because the NCAA had rendered him ineligible.
Thank you, Gross. Thank you for breaking it down. And I think the interesting wrinkle in all of this, Alan, is that it's not that the NFL deemed it where he is not eligible for the supplemental draft. They're just not holding a supplemental draft, being like, man, we're not even gonna give you the time of day. You just go off and do your own thing. And quick refresher, we're always hitting this refresher, but because it is so important to the story, he bet $90,000 over the course of 4 or 5 years. And then when the NCAA found that out, they declared him permanently ineligible from college athletics. He then entered rehab. He applied to get reinstated. They said no. He sued. They said yes. He then decided to withdraw after all of the public backlash. And then he entered into the supplemental draft, or put his name in to be considered for the supplemental draft. And the NFL chose not to hold a supplemental draft this year, which blocks Sorsby from entering the league this year. The reason why, citing game integrity concerns as the core issue with his application, and he showed a lack of accountability in the league's view. Now, of course, you know it. If Jeffrey Kessler, the attorney for Sorsby, was willing to try and upend all of college football, of course he's going to try and do it with the NFL as well. Jeffrey Kessler called the NFL's decision a violation of the CBA, and vowed immediate legal action, though the NFLPA has not yet determined whether there are grounds to pursue it. Sorsby could potentially pursue a Canadian football opportunity. The NFL's letter encouraged him to focus on entering through the 2027 NFL draft. Just a fun little side note, a player still has not been selected in the supplemental draft since 2019. Alan, you've been saying it. The NFL doesn't play around. And the odds of him getting into the supplemental draft, we all were infatuated with the thought of a team going out and getting him through the supplemental draft. And I think it made us lose sight of the fact that the NFL doesn't play around, and this was still a long shot for Brendan Sorsby. We all thought it would be a slam dunk, and I think Sorsby thought it would be a slam dunk. He essentially went all in on this. He saw it as his best route. His legal team saw it as his best route, and he put all of his money on black, and it came up red.
Yeah, buddy, you got some bad advice. Should have called 804-327-0888.
He should have.
I would have told you the harsh truth. The league don't play, man. If there's one thing I've learned in my travels amongst the Commanders and some of these other NFL teams and talking to Lake, the league absolutely does not play. And when you go into this realm where, again, we're bringing into question the integrity of the game, I understand people keep talking about Ridley and J-Mo. Those guys were already in the league, established players.
They also did not bet on their own team.
Yes.
In the case of J-Mo, his violation was that he placed a sports wager while on team property, which was the no-no. He did not even bet on the NFL. Ridley did not bet on, I don't think he bet on his own team, and it was while he was away from the team on IR.
Yes. This man is in the locker rooms. He's betting on his teams. This man is using proxies, which I think is really the biggest issue for the league.
That's federally.
Yeah.
That's a federal offense.
And there's evidence that shows that he was doing it illegally, and he was actively trying to get around the legal parameters. Like, everything about this says that he has a problem that he needs to get help with, and he's just not worth the bad pub. Like, there's just no team that would be willing to take that risk.
I think there would have been a team or two out there willing to take the risk. I'm looking at you, Cleveland.
I don't
Goodness
know.
gracious. I think there would have been a team, but like, I don't think the NFL was clearly the NFL was just not open to doing that.
This is advanced PR. The easiest way to get rid of this is just not to have a supplemental draft.
Yeah, just we're not even going to do it.
And what are you suing about? A violation of what? CBA?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
You're not
part of the NFL.
You're not afforded that protection.
I really don't like his attorney.
But you got to. I mean, that's what you're paying for. You got to do something.
I mean, you got to do something, but like those ground that must be the most idiotic grounds I've ever heard of. We're gonna sue on the There's a violation of CBA. Brother, you aren't in the league. You do not qualify for that. The NFLPA does not care about you. The NFLPA will not help you
because you help their players.
Exactly. And you are not a player. They don't give a never mind.
Yeah, like somebody should whisper to him and be like, we couldn't beat the NCAA.
We're not beating.
Yeah. My favorite team, Trailblazers, hire Wolves assistant Micah Nori as coach.
Newsworthy.
Why?
Extra, read all about it.
Not the hire, the contract.
Interesting.
One.
So, I just know this. There's 30 of these jobs. They're hard to get, and they're incredibly rewarding in a lot of different ways. And, I know he wasn't focused on, certainly money, but he was first focused on opportunity. That's what we preach to all of our guys here. You should chase opportunity, not money. And then I also know that you got to bet on yourself in this world. And especially when you're an outsider, we consider ourselves a little bit outsiders. We weren't raised in the game. We didn't play at North Carolina or Duke. And so sometimes your path is just different, and you got to take chances along the way.
You got to take chances along the way. That's right. And that's what Micah Nori's doing. The newsworthy part of this is that it is a one guaranteed year deal with team options on years 2 and 3, plus a sliding scale salary tied to incentives and team performance, the likes of which we have never heard of before. And I think it was Jonathan Jones, CBS Football Insider, texted a bunch of his sources and coaches around the league and was like, have you ever even heard about this for an assistant coach, anything like that in the NFL? And all the responses back from those coaches were like, I've never heard of it. That is the most idiotic thing to sign. And look, I actually don't hate the contract. If you really do want to quote unquote, maybe this isn't the best thing to say with what we just finished talking about, but if you really want to bet on yourself. Sign a 1-year deal with options in years 2 and 3, sliding scale salary. That doesn't sound all that bad. And like, look, you were going to get fired after 1 year anyway if it was going to be a bad year. I understand where the team's coming from. Like, if you have faith in yourself enough, I don't hate this contract. And it's newsworthy, though, because it ruffled a lot of feathers around the league and around all of sports yesterday for him signing it. Chris Finch made a great point. Like, you've got to bet on yourself. They came up in an unconventional way, and you've got to sometimes do unconventional things to take that next step forward.
Brother, the Trailblazers have been doing everything. I don't even know how else to say it.
Cheap, wrong, different,
backwards. There was going to be something I was going to put in front of backwards, but they've been doing everything backwards. Yes, but backwards, and it's an absolute mess from a guy who's trying to be innovative and cheap in a sport that you just can't be cheap. Like, you can try to be innovative. We're okay with that, but the cheap part is what's going to get you hemmed up here. And
just worked out for him in the NHL, though.
Yeah, in the NHL. It's not the NBA. It's not MLB. It's not the NFL. The other 3 franchises where being cheap does not work.
I'm just saying.
So he's going to find out real soon. I can't wait for it to come back up. NCAA Division I cabinet okays 5-year age-based eligibility.
Newsworthy. I hate this.
Of course.
The NCAA Division I cabinet unanimously approved a new 5-year age-based eligibility model that gives athletes 5 years of eligibility across 5 seasons. The eligibility clock starts upon initial full-time college enrollment or at the beginning of the academic year after an athlete's 19th birthday, whichever comes first. You know why I hate this, Alan?
Because it wasn't around when we were.
Yeah, it takes out my opportunity to go back into the college. I've gone past the 5-year eligibility mark. I just don't like this because it's not the issue. It's not the issue whatsoever. Sure, does this help with the guys who have gone pro and are trying to come back, or have gone G League and are trying to come back? Sure, it helps that, but there could have been a different rule put out there to fix that. The 5-year eligibility thing is going to have adverse effects on student athletes that it shouldn't have adverse effects on. What happens if I have 2 blown out ACLs in back-to-back years and I've lost my sophomore year and my junior year? I now only have, 2 more years left to play? I should have an additional 2 after that as well because I was not able to use my medical red shirt and my medical hardship. This is going to have adverse effects on a ton of kids that it shouldn't have adverse effects on because we're trying to police a very, 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 very small percentage of what's happening, where we could just take on that either on a case-by-case basis or, heck, call me crazy, Alan. If you've ever signed a professional contract, you cannot play college athletics. I don't think it's that hard.
It's like the cartoon where there's a hole in the boat and they plug it, and then another hole pops up, and they plug it, and another hole pops up. The solutions that they're presenting are actually creating more problems.
There's also a limitation. Athletes who just completed their 4th season without having used a redshirt year will not receive an additional year of eligibility under this new model. So you're not getting 5 years. You're getting 5 years to complete 4 years. There's just so many things I can think of just here right now where a player might need a 6th year or might deserve a 6th year. And it's not NCAA, man, just making me mad.
I mean, I guess we could say they're trying.
Yeah. That's a very nice way of putting it.
In years past, we were like, what are they going to do about it?
They are trying their hardest.
We got what we wished for, to be active.
It's like a genie in a bottle. You rub the genie, like, I want you to help the NCAA fix it. And then he doesn't. It's like, not like that.
Yeah.
Man, this is good. There's so many other ways you could have fixed this. Because the issue of what they're trying to fix are the pros coming back to play.
Yeah.
If you leave college, if you declare for a draft, you're not allowed in. If you're an international player who wants to come and play college after playing professionally overseas, that might just be a case-by-case basis. I just don't think that's all that crazy of a thing to say.
Yeah, I'm okay with the European case-by-case basis because, again, they start super early.
Yeah, some of them,
as professionals.
Luka was playing professionally at 16.
Yeah,
now Luka's Luka, and he was never going to come play for Coach Cal at Arkansas, right?
But those situations, I think case by case is fine. I mean, that's what you're getting all this money for.
And then the G League guys, they shouldn't come back. You declared for the draft.
Absolutely.
Just make a rule. Do that. But it's going to involve so many things because you know what? Everyone loves to sue and everyone loves to get injunctions and allow their people to play and love to tear at the fabric of college football. And college basketball and college sports as a whole. All right, let's get a break in. Quarterback list coming up next. It's the start of it. We're going bottom to the middle. You won't want to miss it.
At La Playa Mexican Restaurant, value means fresh, authentic coastal flavors served with care. Step into a place where the ocean meets the kitchen and every meal is a story. Savor mariscos, house-made ceviche, and tacos crafted from quality ingredients. Enjoy a handcrafted margarita or plan your next event with our catering. Whether you're dining in or ordering online, La Playa brings the spirit of the Mexican coast to Richmond. Taste tradition, celebrate togetherness, and make every meal memorable at La Playa.
Bonaire Shell is family-owned and operated and has been serving the Richmond community for over 20 years. At Bonaire Shell, you'll find old-school service with modern-day technology, and our certified technicians will get you back on the road in no time. Stop by for a quick fill-up, shop for new tires, ask us about a check engine light, or let us help with any of your auto service needs. Find us at 8762 Huguenot Road near the historic Bonaire section of Southside and online at bonaireshell.com.
Experience fun in a street-legal electric low-speed vehicle from Bintelli. Now available for cruising in your neighborhood from Richmond LSV. Our LSVs come with a Virginia license plate, lithium battery, Bluetooth, and much more. Follow us on social media, Richmond LSV. Schedule a test drive today. Text 804-363-4351 or email info@richmondlsv.com. Fun, fully charged.
Golf season is here. Whether it's your first round of the year or the next round, make sure you're playing it at Hunting Hawk Golf Club. We're offering special pricing this summer on outings for civic organizations, churches, kids' athletic teams, or your own special fundraiser. Also, now is the time to start signing up for your fall golf outings. For more information or to book a tee time, give us a call at 804-749-1900 or visit online at huntinghawkgolf.com.
Your home for Richmond Spiders athletics all year round.
W291CL Lakeside Richmond. WURV HD2 Richmond.
We are 1061 ESPN. You're listening to the second hour of Fitz the Bill on 1061 ESPN.
Welcome in hour number 2 of Fitz the Bill right here on this Wednesday morning, 1061 ESPN Richmond, the ESPN Richmond app, ESPNRichmond.com. Also streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. If you want to watch the stream live, just type in ESPN Richmond. We'll pop right on up and you can watch live, be part of the show. I say ESPN Richmond a lot in that open, huh? I should probably fix that up. That's crazy. That's crazy. I just realized that I was like, I feel like I've been saying these same couple of things every single time.
That's been a lot of shows and a lot of telling people where you're at.
Yeah.
Even though they're tuned in.
Hey, that's what they taught me in radio school. I went to radio school for a couple of years.
Broadcasting school?
Yeah, broadcasting school. The great JMU broadcasting school.
JMU.
Yeah, go Dukes, baby. No Dukes on our QB list. So it is the debut of the 2026 quarterback list.
All right, I'm ready to hate.
This is big time.
Wait. How many are you doing?
I'm doing all 32, baby.
All right, I'll wait till like the top 10 to start hating.
We're doing bottom of the league to the middle of the league today, and then tomorrow Matt Josephs, host of the Mid-Major Matt Show. You can listen to that every single weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. He'll join me, and we will do the top 15 quarterbacks, I believe. So that will be tomorrow in hour number 2. We've also got a special guest joining us tomorrow morning from the Flying Squirrels because we'll be out at the Flying Squirrels game on Friday. They've caught World Cup fever over there at CarMax Park. First 2,500 fans receive a soccer scarf. Gates open on Friday at 5:30. First pitch is at 7:05. Tickets for as low as $10 over on squirrelsbaseball.com. We'll be over there. We'll be hanging out pregame right inside of the gates. Come on by, say hi. We might have some stickers and stuff that we might be giving away. Maybe a couple of hats as well, some Fitz the Bill exclusive hats. So come on by, say hi. And then, I might be throwing out the first pitch as well. I might be starting to warm up my rotator cuff so I don't tear that bad boy now as we speak. But that's Friday. So we'll have a special guest joining us tomorrow to talk about the game, to talk about the Flying Squirrels, all of that as well in hour number 2. And then we'll do the final part of the quarterback list tomorrow in hour number 2. So without further ado, let's quickly recap actually last year's quarterback rankings. Are you ready for last year's quarterback rankings?
Yes. Let's talk about last year.
So real quick, last year's quarterback rankings, I had Mahomes number 1, Lamar number 2, Josh Allen number 3, Burrow 4, Jaden Daniels 5, CJ Stroud 6, Stafford 7, Dak 8, Jordan Love 9, and Justin Herbert 10. And last year it was the best quarterbacks in the NFL based upon who you want to start a franchise with tomorrow. So some age stuff played into that a little bit. That was my top 10. And I don't want to spoil the top 10 that you'll hear tomorrow, but it's a little different than what it was at this time last year, which I found a little shocking. A couple of guys moved up, a couple of guys moved down in a big way, And a couple of guys came out of nowhere to enter into the top 5. But I did the top 32 for the QB list plus 3. So the guys who are not even in the top 32, because a couple of teams in the league, right, they've got a couple of potential starting quarterbacks. So I thought, why not throw them in there? Worst potential starting quarterback this year in the NFL is Deshaun Watson. I don't think that's a shock. Deshaun Watson, before his injuries during his time in Cleveland, was one of the worst, if not the worst quarterback in the NFL. According to all metrics, he was utterly abysmal. And now the Browns might be trotting him back out week 1 to be the team's starting quarterback. He is 35th on my list. Not good. 34th, Carson Beck. Because there's a good, strong likelihood, Alan, that Carson Beck is suiting up for the Arizona Cardinals come week 1 or week 5 or something like that.
I actually don't mind Carson Beck being not, I wouldn't say legitimate, but I wouldn't mind a flyer on Carson Beck having the ability to give you some good reps in the NFL.
Okay. I think he lacks athleticism.
He lacks athleticism.
Doesn't have a big arm.
He does not have a big arm. So you need a system that can keep it real simple for him. And you need to pair him with a good running back so you don't end up in those situations where you got to get those 3rd and longs or big yardage plays.
I will say they paired him with a pretty good running back.
Yeah, they did.
Jeremiah Love.
There will be no Jeremiah Love slander on his ability.
Not at all. Jeremiah Love, I hope he has a good year, but I think he's essentially like the version of a bridge quarterback. He just has tattoos.
Yeah.
Like a lot of tattoos.
But you know what may help him, and I know this is going to sound corny, but it's true. It's the Parcells thing where like you get these quarterbacks who have experience. They've got a lot of starts. And
Purdy.
Yeah, and they do better than you expected, right? So I think, and he's got winning pedigree, right? He knows how to win football games.
He's won everywhere.
Yeah, he's won everywhere. So I'd take a flyer on him. But I mean, I don't mind him being like anywhere towards the bottom of the list.
So then 33, I've got Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
Okay, where do you think Shedeur should be?
Shedeur should be at least 32.
Oh, okay.
Like, don't have him off the list. He's gonna be good, man. Or at least good enough.
None of his metrics last year were good. He was outside of the top 32.
But he was willing to do things that I haven't seen a Cleveland Browns quarterback do in a long time, and that's throw the ball to somebody down the field and make big plays.
I don't think Shedeur.
He is high risk, high reward.
I have waffled on Shedeur a ton. I don't think he's got it. I just don't think he's got it.
What is it in the definition of the Cleveland Browns?
Okay, but here's the thing. I framed it. Here we are. We're starting a franchise tomorrow.
I get you.
And I've got to win a Super Bowl as soon as humanly possible.
No, I understand. And he definitely had he showed some flashes of inexperience, but I've been confident that Shedeur is a legitimate starter in the NFL, so I'll stay there.
Okay.
And again,
so top 32 at least.
Would not have him like in my top 20, but top 32.
Okay. Well, 32, let's get to that portion of it. I will say almost all of the quarterbacks we talk about today are in my other bucket of quarterbacks, right? I always talk about how you can win with, you can win because of, and then you can't win with. Sam Darnold is a quarterback you can win a Super Bowl with. Trent Dilfer is a quarterback you can win a Super Bowl with. Almost all of the quarterbacks we talk about today are quarterbacks you just can't win with. You just cannot win a Super Bowl with. And so keep that in mind as we work our way up through this list. I'll say when we've changed over, but Michael Penix is the 32nd ranked quarterback. I feel bad because all of my notes on these quarterbacks, especially at the bottom end of it, are just really bad things about their game. Health is a concern for Michael Penix, and when he has been healthy, man, he's got a rocket arm, but all he has is a fastball. He needs to learn how to add a curveball to his game, a slider, maybe the ethos pitch, and really just take something off of it. Because right now, Michael Penix, he's only got the fastball. He lacks a lot of NFL ability. And because his health has taken him out of so many games, he's losing out on reps. He had to deal with so many injuries in college as well. Michael Penix is just a quarterback I don't have a lot of faith in. Number 31, it's the other Falcons quarterback.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Michael Penix has made adjustments, just giving you a heads up. He's made adjustments to his throwing mechanics. So he's supposed to be better this year.
Yes. I've heard about
that. You know. Also,
will he be physically able to go week 1? We don't know.
Also, got to call you out here on behalf of my left-handed people. You put the 2 left-handed quarterbacks at the bottom. Just want to point that out.
They could have been at the top if they were
biased, maybe.
They could have been good. They may have been at the top if they were good at football.
Bias.
But are you left-handed?
No, heck no.
Oh, okay.
If I was, I wouldn't be here. I'd be throwing a baseball somewhere.
Yeah. I don't want to put anyone on back.
My son's left-handed.
Really?
And my sister's left-handed. And my father's left-handed.
Man, how'd you not get that gene?
Exactly.
Man, that stinks.
I know. I don't get it.
Oh, man, you could have been a soft-throwing lefty in the majors.
Yeah, Dad's a lefty submarine.
Your dad was a lefty submarine pitcher.
Yeah.
He could have thrown 75 and made it to the majors.
Insane, right?
That's there. JMU, back when I was at JMU, they had a lefty submarine, didn't have high velocity, stuck around in the minors for like 5 years.
It's just a weird way to like see the ball. It does not make me comfortable.
Call me soft throwing lefty submarine guy, and I'm making a couple million for a couple of years.
Do.
Yeah, they do. If you could, and Tua Tagovailoa, maybe you should look into doing that. Concussions a lot less likely.
His dad made him left-handed with a football.
You know,
I don't understand.
Do you remember when Jameis Winston had LASIK surgery?
Yes.
After his 30-30 season where he threw 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, wait, now that you can see, you might be the greatest quarterback of all time. Turns out that was just wrong, and Jameis Winston has some of the craziest decision making.
Still very entertaining.
It's extremely entertaining. Do you think Tua should try throwing with his right hand?
I do not.
Do you think his dad forced him to be a lefty and he's actually naturally a righty?
I don't. I think it's too late for that.
I would love to see an ambidextrous quarterback.
Well, they used to have an ambidextrous pitcher in the Yankees organization. I don't know where he is now, but I think his glove had like a 6th loop for like his finger. And he just switch it.
Give me an ambidextrous quarterback. That'd be so crazy. That'd be fun.
That would mess you up as a receiver, though.
That's true because the ball's coming to you differently. I mean, it was smart. Here, I'll say this. I know you might be like, Jack, why are you saying what the Falcons did are smart? According to you, they have the 31st and 32nd quarterback.
They're not paying them.
They're not paying them, and they're both lefties. So, like, if one goes down, the other one is throwing it with the same spin, so your receivers know it. Your right tackle is now your left tackle.
Real quick, one's throwing 99 and the other's throwing 85.
85 on a good day.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, my one note for Tua is noodle arm.
Yeah.
You got a noodle arm, man. He cannot get it to you in a hurry, and Michael Penix can only get it to you in a hurry. If you could just mesh those two together, they'd be a pretty solid quarterback.
They probably would, but they still be injury prone.
Very injury prone. Concussion prone and ACL prone is with the two of them. 30th is Jacoby Brissett.
Yikes.
Look, I'm starting a franchise tomorrow. I need a quarterback that can win me a Super Bowl as soon as humanly possible.
I'm saying yikes because dang, man, Tua and Penix really are behind Jacoby Brissett.
Well, Jacoby Brissett wasn't terrible. He was
not good either.
He was 16th last year in passer
audacity
rating.
to hold out.
That literally one of my bullet points. Just not a good quarterback to be in a contract holdout with is my exact note. Like how did the Cardinals let it come to this? Which is why I had to put Carson Beck on this list because there's a likelihood he plays if they don't get a contract done. And if I'm the Cardinals, you know what I'm telling Jacoby Brissett right now? Brother, we don't need you. We want to suck. Leave.
I'm not getting held hostage by Jacoby Brissett, man.
You know what? Jacoby Brissett, you're holding out. You know what I do with this contract? I look him dead in the eyes. I rip it up in front of him, and I go, I don't care about you. You mean nothing to me. I would rather you not be on my team so we could suck more. I don't think it's got great. Like,
I mean, it's just wow to like 2026. Jacoby Brissett is holding out
and is trying to leverage the Cardinals into giving him more millions. 29, Aaron Rodgers. Not a shock, right? I'm an Aaron Rodgers hater.
I can't defend this version of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should
respect the legacy, but it is what it is.
Respect the legacy. I mean, let's say this too. If Russell Wilson hadn't retired, this is a round where Russell Wilson would have also been as well. Like, I had someone, I posted my Russell Wilson, he's a Hall of Famer take. I posted that to TikTok or Instagram or something. And somebody commented and they're like, you can play your way out of the Hall of Fame. Really? I just don't think you can play your way out of the Hall of Fame if you had an extended period of greatness. Now, you can play your way out of the Hall of Fame if you're Derek Carr, right? Derek Carr was in MVP conversations before he broke his back. and say he had kept that up, like you can play your way out of the Hall of Fame if you had one peak year and you were really great, and then the rest of your time you're average to below average. Yes, that's playing your way out of the quote unquote Hall of Fame. But Russell Wilson was great for a decade. He did not play his way out of the Hall of Fame because of a couple bad years at the tail end of his career. If you also think Russell Wilson played his way out of the Hall of Fame, you then, by your own logic, have to believe that Aaron Rodgers has played his way out of the Hall of Fame. Aaron Rodgers, according to adjusted EPA per play, success rate, QBR, a ton of the metrics, he is one of, if not the worst quarterback in the league over the last 2.5, 3 seasons. The dude is just not good. And even if you go back to his final year in Green Bay, he was on the decline. He's been on the decline. And look, I thought last year was rock bottom. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to hit rock bottom this year, and it's going to be sorry to see.
Yeah, no, the writing's on the writing's on the wall. But all greats hang around too long for the most part. So it's just the natural evolution of the decline.
And shout out to Russell Wilson for getting out.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to Russell Wilson for retiring and be like,
2 years too late, but yeah.
Sure, Aaron Rodgers about to be 4 years too late. I mean, Aaron Rodgers should have retired after he tore his Achilles on the first play with the New York Jets. Kirk Cousins should have done the same thing when he tore his Achilles with the.
Hey, Kirk's still getting paid.
Kirk's like, oh, I'll take a fully guaranteed contract, whatever you want to give me, just fully guarantee it, man. 28th quarterback that if I'm starting a franchise tomorrow and I need to win a Super Bowl as soon as humanly possible, 28th pick is Geno Smith.
I disagree. I think Geno needs to be in that 33 range. Or 34. Geno's bad.
So
man.
2022, 23, 24, right? When he was the full-time starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, he was very good according to PFF passing grade, PFF offensive grade. Whereas, of course, his best years throwing the football, didn't put the ball in harm's way all that much, had a good big-time throw percentage. But last year in Vegas was utterly abysmal. And I think the magic has worn off completely because he did slightly decrease every year in Seattle from 22, 23, 24. He kind of got a little bit worse every year, and then it culminated in last year, it all just blowing up and him being terrible. And I just don't see it getting better in New York. He's also old. I don't have a ton of trust in Geno Smith at this point in his career.
No.
But I have more trust in him than Aaron Rodgers. If I got to win a game tomorrow and you give me Aaron Rodgers or Geno Smith, I'm picking Geno Smith.
I'm still going to try Aaron.
Wrong. 27th is Malik Willis. Because Malik Willis, I have nothing to go off of. He was downright abysmal in Tennessee when he was a rookie there in his second year. He then seemingly took a lot of steps forward with LaFleur over the last couple of years in Green Bay. But how will he play outside of the LaFleur system? He goes down to the Dolphins, who are coached by the former defensive coordinator of the Packers and Jeff Hafley. However, how does he play with the defensive coordinator as his head coach? Tons of athleticism, though, puts him in front of some of the old Park and Barkers is how I'm describing the guys like Geno, Rodgers, and Brissett.
Yeah, so I don't understand why people think Malik Willis made strides under LaFleur just because he came into some games and pretty much ran the ball and they ended up being competitive. So they're like, oh, he must have got better. He didn't pass any better. And that's kind of the prime thing that you need your quarterback to be able to do is to pass the football. Yeah. So to me, it's kind of fool's gold. I mean, I wish him luck.
I agree. It's fool's gold. I just think he has so much athleticism that
yeah, but athleticism alone isn't enough anymore.
I mean,
because if that was the case, Lamar Jackson would have had 2 Super Bowls by now because he's been the most athletic quarterback we've seen since probably Michael Vick.
There's some underlying metrics on Malik Willis that makes me believe he may be a average starting quarterback
on a team with below average talent. So if he's not an elevator, then he's going to stink as well because he's kind of, dependent on the people around him.
Who was our last pick yesterday in the NFL team draft? Darian came on. Darian Williams. You can hear him up on ESPN in DC, ESPN Radio up in DC. What was the Browns were our last pick? He got the Dolphins as the 31st pick. So, yeah, I mean, they're a team that don't have
Browns
a lot of...
going to be way better than the Dolphins.
I don't think so.
I can't wait to see it. Hurry up, season.
Maybe it's a good thing then I got the Browns because that means I get extra points for the wins. 26th. 26 is when we start getting into real quarterbacks. No offense to the rest of the guys, but guys who a little bit more arguments can be had about them.
Jalen Hurts.
No. I almost put Jalen Hurts in the bottom 6.
I'm not fielding those calls.
I almost put him in today's thing, but I'm holding him off. We'll talk about him with Matt Josephs tomorrow because I do think it is worth having a conversation with a Philadelphia Eagles fan about Jalen Hurts. 26 was Bryce Young. And it felt wrong putting Bryce Young here because he feels like he has taken the necessary steps forward. But if you average out some of the key stats, and some of the key stats I pulled for this, I did a very advanced breakdown here, right? I found everyone how they ranked in passer rating, QBR, adjusted EPA per play, success rate over adjusted EPA over the last 3 years. And then however they ranked, I took it, I averaged it out, and then I can kind of tell me roughly how these quarterbacks are doing, right? And if you take some of those key stats that I look for, average them out, Bryce Young is 31st in the NFL in terms of his average rank. That's around the likes of Geno Smith, Justin Fields, Tua Tagovailoa. And over the last 3 seasons, 2023, 24, 25, he ranks 44th in the NFL in adjusted EPA per play and was in the bottom quarter of the league last year in adjusted EPA per play. Bryce Young just has not been able to be consistently great. His highs are really high. He had a couple of them last year, but his lows are really low, and there just isn't enough there to trust the quarterback going into his 4th year now. So Bryce Young is a guy that I just cannot put any trust in. If I'm starting a franchise tomorrow and I've got to win a Super Bowl as soon as humanly possible, Bryce Young's just not on my short list of quarterbacks. Clearly, he's 26.
Bryce has got room to grow. He's got to prove it. I think this year, that's kind of what they said to him, essentially like a prove it year. He was written off and then had a decent year last year.
He was written off. Andy Dalton was named the starter. Andy Dalton got in a car crash, and Bryce Young came back and was fine.
Red rifle.
That's the story of Bryce Young.
But I have a lot of optimism for him. I think him and Canales have really good chemistry, and he really likes my guy TT.
He loves T-Mac.
Yeah, so,
Federer McMillan.
Yeah, so I'm hopeful that it works. I think I do believe I like their draft this year as well. I think they had a really solid draft.
They had a solid draft.
Yeah. And he's in a division that gives him room because it's not like it's super competitive where there's no big name teams in the NFC South. We mentioned the Bucks because they win the division, but nobody's really scared of the Bucks.
Yeah, and 25th, I also have Tyler Shuck, right? So like 3 of the 4 quarterbacks in my rankings are ranked 25th or worse. So it's not like you're in a murderer's row of great quarterbacks either. You've got Tyler Shuck as a 25th ranked quarterback, according to me. 26th is Bryce Young. And then you've got Tua and Michael Penix at 31 and 32. Shuck showed some flash, and you can switch these 2 guys around however you want. Shuck, Young, Shuck, whatever you want it to be. But Shuck just had some better underlying metrics. His PFF offensive grade was better. He showed the ability to improve from where he started as the starter to where he finished last year. There was improvement. There is a limited ceiling, though, with his age. He is an older guy. He's roughly the same age, if not older, than Bryce Young. So, like, how much development can he really have? But Tyler Shuck's my 25th ranked quarterback.
Tyler Shuck's a grandpa.
I mean, I think he's, 45? Reminds me of Brandon Weeden when Brandon Weeden came in.
Yeah, or Chris Winkie.
Oh, yeah, all those old guys.
Yeah.
Let's get a quick break in. We'll step aside. We've got more quarterbacks to rank on this Wednesday morning right here on 106.1 ESPN Richmond.
Fits the bill. Richmond's morning sports talk. Back in a moment.
106.1 ESPN on-air interviews presented by the Herman Allen Plumbing Heating and Cooling Hotline with Lennox products that make the air in your home absolutely perfect.
It's bow time. Ordering Bojangles Bow Bites is the easiest choice you'll make today. The bite-sized hand-breaded chicken is fried to crispy perfection, making it perfect for sharing, snacking, or when you're on the go. Just don't call it a nugget. The only hard part is choosing from our 6 dipping sauces. We've got a sauce for every kind of craving, from our creamy house-made ranch to our sweet and spicy peach honey pepper sauce. It all depends on what kind of mood you're in. Head to your nearest Bojangles today and discover the dippable, shareable, and craveable Bow Bites. It's bow time.
Experience fun in a street-legal electric low-speed vehicle from Bintelli at Richmond LSV. Schedule a test drive today. Info at richmondlsv.com.
This is advertising material.
Our highways have become hunting grounds. The predators, 18-wheelers, 80,000-pound killing machine sharing the road with your family. A semi-truck doesn't need to be speeding to destroy your life. At just 30 miles per hour, a fully loaded big rig can crush a car like a soda can. Your airbags, your seatbelts, they weren't built for that. Alexander Chenard Trial Attorneys knows trucking companies cut corners on maintenance, push drivers past legal limits, and hire underqualified operators. You shouldn't pay the price. If you've been injured in a trucking accident, call Alexander Chenard Trial Attorneys. You're not just fighting a driver, you're fighting billion-dollar corporation with an army of lawyers. Alexander Chenard Trial Attorneys have thrived over the years by taking on the trucking industry. They fight harder. They win bigger. Alexander Chenard Trial Attorneys is on your side. One call is all it takes. No cost, no risk. And they don't get paid until you do. Call 877-222-6666 or visit alexwins.law. They fight for you.
Past results do not guarantee future outcomes. Every case is different. Philip George, licensed attorney in Virginia, is responsible for legal work. Office located at 500 East Main Street, Suite 1600-113, Norfolk, Virginia 23510. This is advertising material.
Check out every international soccer match while enjoying an authentic Mexican dining experience at La Playa Restaurant, 2617 West Broad Street in the Fan, LaPlayaRVA.com.
At East Coast Appliance, we love to save our customers money, and right now it's the biggest 4th of July sale ever at East Coast Appliance. Save up to 50% off new appliances store-wide. Special offers on dishwashers and laundry pairs, and limited time 0% financing you won't want to miss. Always same day or next day delivery and install available. Shop by phone, video chat, online, or in our stores. The 4th of July sale is on now at East Coast Appliance. The best price or it's free. At East Coast Appliance, we used to shop all over town to make sure you were getting the best price. Now we use AI to make the process easier and a whole lot faster. We have electronic price tags on all of our appliances that scan our competitors' prices and then check our prices to make sure we're lower. We take our best price guarantees seriously, and this helps to save our customers time and money. So if you're in the market for a new appliance, just stop by your local East Coast Appliance Superstore and see for yourself. East Coast Appliance, the best price or it's free.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good night's sleep.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Mornings in Richmond start here. Fits the bill. Back now on 106.1 ESPN Richmond.
Welcome back in. Fits the bill on this Wednesday morning. I'm Jack Fitzpatrick. Allen alongside as we roll through the quarterback list, 32 through 16, 35 really through 16 on this Wednesday morning. We'll do the rest 15 through 1 tomorrow morning. Matt Josephs will join us here on Fits the Bill, host of the Mid-Major Match Show. You can listen to that every single weekday from 4 until 6 p.m. Also on Friday, just a little bit of housekeeping here. On Friday, come on out to the Squirrels baseball game. We'll be out there. We'll be having a good time. We'll be set up at a table. Come on by, get some stickers, maybe get a free hat, something like that. Maybe some free soccer scarves because World Cup fever has taken over CarMax Park. And on Friday, it is football night. First 2,500 fans inside the gate at CarMax Park, they receive a free soccer scarf. Gates open at 5:30. First pitch is at 7:05. Ceremonial first pitch may be thrown out by yours truly. I'm trying to decide now if I go well over the plate and I purposely have a bad. You know what? I think here's where I land on if I should have a bad first pitch or not. If I fake having a bad first pitch, one, I've talked about it here, so that would just come across as disingenuous. And what makes those bad first pitches so bad, Alan, is that 50 Cent really tried to make it over the plate. He was really trying. That wasn't perfect. So I'm going to try my hardest. I'm going to try and give us a 60-mile-an-hour ball right down the middle. If I can do that, I'll be very happy with myself. 60 down the pipe.
Just throw it to the mid.
Right down the Broadway. And you know what? Easier said than done.
Yeah, no, but just throw it to the mid.
As a little league pitcher or a wannabe little league pitcher when I was growing up, I struggled with control
Because you're not throwing off the mound anyway. There's no reason for you to try to.
I may try to take the mound.
Oh,
guys, let me do it. Let me do it. Back up. You got to come. Tickets start for as low as $10. Squirrelsbaseball.com. See if I throw it from the mound or not. Look, I got to.
I'm not advising that.
All right.
How far are you even allowed to step on the mound?
I don't
You're not
think
the pitcher.
So. I could be. I could. Look, if you need a lefty submarine pitcher, I know a guy.
I imagine. I'm going to ask my dad next time we're hanging out if he wants to throw catch and see what he does. We haven't thrown the ball in a long time, but like growing up, obviously we used to throw and stuff, and I played third base growing up, so I had to have an arm. And then they moved me to right field, so I had to have an even better arm.
Oh, they're putting you in right field. You know what that means?
No. In my area back then, like you had to have outfielders.
Okay.
It wasn't where you put the sorry kid.
All right. That's someone who also played right field.
Amherst baseball was legit, man. We had a couple. Dixie Youth. They had a couple World Series runs.
Yeah, Fredericksburg was not nice. I was a dog at coach pitch. You put me in at coach pitch, I'm raking. Yeah. The second it became kid pitch, put me in right field. I'll be. I realized that baseball's not my sport.
My cousin was a switch hitter, and we would play all the time, like pitcher and hitter. We would go up against one another. And he would bat right-handed. And when we would play in games, he would switch to left hand. And so everything I'd ever pitch obviously was easier to hit. So I probably around like age 11, I just started beating him every time. It became a big deal in our family. I kept hitting him with the baseball, just put him on base. I couldn't strike him out, man.
His on-base percentage must have been crazy.
It was to this day we laugh about it. It was very crafty. Everything we did, he was right-handed, and we get into a game and he goes left-handed. And he hit a home run off of me one time, and that was it for me. Like
Thanksgiving that year was awkward.
So everybody knows I'm an old school guy. Yep, you hit a home run off me, you get beamed.
And you better run around the bases. No trot.
Yep, family can get it too.
No trot. And trust me, I'll take out the anger at Thanksgiving as well. Oh, you want the drumstick? Mine now. I'll take both of them.
We have lore. We had an actual fist fight. We're family.
I love it.
Like 13. Very competitive.
Can't guarantee a fist fight out on the diamond on Friday night. Probably.
You shouldn't be hitting bat.
I would not be hitting anyone.
Would not recommend.
I'm just trying to throw it right down the middle. You can get tickets at squirrelsbaseball.com. Should be an absolutely great night for some baseball. First 2,500 fans get that free soccer scarf because it is football night over there. We'll be giving away we'll have some little stickers, a couple of hats maybe as well. So come on by, say hi. Should be fun. Tune in tomorrow and Friday because wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There might be some things being given away. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, if you know what I'm saying. No, we're giving away some tickets. So be sure to tune in tomorrow and Friday. We'll be giving away some tickets. So just listen in. Make sure you call in when we say to call in. Text in when we say to call in, and you can enter in to win some free Flying Squirrels tickets for Friday's game. Let's keep it going with this quarterback list. We're picking the quarterbacks, top 32, 35 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. If you are starting a franchise tomorrow and you have to win a Super Bowl as fast as humanly possible, these are the quarterbacks you are going with. And 24, I feel bad with this one on 24, Alan, because it's Daniel Jones. Which Indiana Jones was so good last year before he got hurt. But he's now, a torn Achilles, a broken femur, was it? And then that goes along with the neck injury he sustained with the Giants. I think he's a bit system dependent as well. So if I'm starting a franchise tomorrow, I can't guarantee that I'm going to have a coach that knows how to utilize Daniel Jones to the best of his ability. I got to put him at 24. I think he has the potential to skyrocket up this list again, but I just can't do it with all of the injuries hanging over him. I'd rather be proven wrong and he jumps up this list than me putting up high and he proves me wrong in that way.
I think we should not make people who are system dependent negative marks because there's a lot of system dependent quarterbacks nowadays. And honestly, you want your quarterback to be system dependent because then you can get the most out of them in set system.
See, to a point though, but like Josh Allen's not system dependent. Patrick Mahomes isn't system dependent. Lamar Jackson's not system dependent. I don't think Joe Burrow is system dependent.
I think
like our best QBs in the league right now, I could put on any team and I think they would wildly succeed. But if Daniel Jones goes and plays for, I don't know, a team that wants him to push the ball down the field like a New England Patriots, he doesn't have the arm strength to do that anymore.
I would argue that Lamar and Josh Allen's current systems are built around their abilities. Like, I don't think you could put so when I think of a system, I'm thinking like you take Lamar, you put him with Andy Reid, and you give him the same exact plays that Patrick Mahomes is running. It ain't gonna work, right? Because he's not Patrick Mahomes.
I think it would, though. He's one of the best pocket passers in the league, and he's one of the best scramblers in the league.
I don't think it would work. I know it wouldn't work with Josh Allen. It was part of the reason why they ended up getting him a specific wide receiver to kind of fit this mold where he has a large catch radius and he can win the one-on-ones. Then he developed into what he is now, and you could get rid of a Stephon Diggs and he can carry a team. Lamar, when he first got into the league, was running like an elementary. It was awful, but it was Greg Roman.
But but now we're in 2026. I'm talking about them now in today's day and age. I think Lamar's an excellent. I mean, some of his passer rating from the pocket is one of the best in the league. He's one of the best pocket passers.
I respect him.
Scrambling.
Sure, but would you trust Lamar in Joe Burrow's offense?
I would.
Where Burrow has to hold the ball for a long time?
I would.
All right.
I think there's a difference where like the best quarterbacks in the league are system agnostic. You can put them anywhere. And then there are quarterbacks like Daniel Jones where when it's not exactly how he likes to play or exactly what his skill set allows him to play, he's going to fail like he did at the tail end of his time with the New York Giants because they're still asking him to do this play action, hyper mobile, throw deep type of thing or run with the football. And he just wasn't capable of that anymore. And then he took a sabbatical with the Minnesota Vikings and then left. So
he's always good against the Commanders.
Yeah, it was. All right, Cam Ward's number 23. Cam Ward, high upside quarterback, right? There's a lot of reasons for optimism when it comes to the Titans' now second-year quarterback. He should have a good sophomore campaign because if you look at his numbers in the first half of the season, weeks 1 through 9, he had a 57.6% completion percentage, threw for 1,700 yards, 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and had a quarterback rating of 72.1. Second half of the season, weeks 10 through 18, that completion percentage jumped from 57.6 to 62.4, threw for 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, only 1 pick, and his passer rating went from 72.1 to 90. So good trajectory there for Cam Ward. I've got reason for optimism. But I think that is a multi-year thing for Cam Ward, and I don't know if he'll ever break into the top 10 of this list. So that's why at this point I have him 23rd in quarterbacks that I would pick if I'm starting a franchise tomorrow and I've got to win a Super Bowl as quick as possible. Right in front of him is Fernando Mendoza at 22, and it's because of the mystery box, right? Like Fernando Mendoza is the mystery box. He could be Cam Ward. He could also be the mystery box, which could be anything, which also could be Cam Ward. The allure of Fernando Mendoza is that we haven't seen him play yet. So we don't know what he is or what he isn't, but we know that he is a fast learner. He's excellent IQ in terms of football. I think he's going to be good. I don't know if he'll ever be, I don't know if he'll ever be a top 10 QB in this league, but he's got the stuff needed for you to win with. You could win a Super Bowl with Fernando Mendoza. And I think Cam Ward is another guy, after another year or two of seasoning and baking, he's a guy that you could win a Super Bowl with. So those two young guys are 22 and 23. Fernando Mendoza, Cam Ward. 21 is Bo Nix. I just am not high on Bo Nix, and I never have been. He's a Sean Payton merchant, and even with Sean Payton, he ranked 29th last year in passer rating, 26th in success rate, and 23rd in adjusted EPA per play. So not only do I believe is he a system quarterback, but I also believe that he's not even the best in that system. There's so many quarterbacks out there that I think you could slot in with Sean Payton, and they would do better than him. I mean, There was a brief stint that we thought the third string quarterback for the Denver Broncos was going to get them to the Super Bowl because it wasn't too much of a fall off between him and Bo Nix. Bo Nix, good enough. 21. I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with him, but as it stands right here, right now, I would take him slightly over Fernando Mendoza because the mystery box of Mendoza gets him up to 22. That allure, that mystery of it takes him up to 22, but it doesn't take him over Bo Nix.
I still think this is Sean Payton's best coaching job because Bo Nix didn't even have an eye to throw downfield.
I agree.
Yeah.
This isn't bad on Payton. This is like Sean Payton has made him into a viable starting quarterback in the league. He still stinks, but Sean Payton got him almost to the Super Bowl.
I don't know how he forced him to look downfield and let the ball go, man. That was never his thing in college that I remember. And I know it wasn't his thing with Lanning. Like they had explosive plays, but it was a lot of like short plays where guys got yards after the catch, right? Like this dude looks like Drew Brees sometimes throwing the ball down the seam.
Truly.
I'm like, what in the world? Where did that come from?
Truly.
So I think even in his class, I know that they are very good, talented quarterbacks taken in the first round of that class. He's the one I still would question the most ability wise.
Maybe Penix.
Well,
are you saying of the guys who have like shown that they are capable?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My bad. I misunderstood what you're saying. My apologies.
Yeah, I didn't put Penix in that group.
yeah, my bad. All right. So far we've got 21 Bo Nix, 22 Mendoza, 23 Ward, 24 Daniel Jones, 25 Tyler Shuck, 26 Bryce Young, 27 Malik Willis, 28 Geno Smith, 29 Aaron Rodgers, 30 Brissett, 31 Tua Tagovailoa, 32 Penix, 33 Shador, 34 Carson Beck, and 35 Deshaun Watson. We'll do 20 through 16 coming up next.
The Bill, Richmond's morning sports talk show. Don't go far.
You can never have too many tools. Shop DeWalt deals at Lowe's. Get a free Select DeWalt 20-volt max power tool when you buy a Select 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery kit. Plus, get a free additional DeWalt 20-volt max 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a DeWalt 10-inch 20-volt max dual-bevel compounded miter saw. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Experience fun in a street-legal electric low-speed vehicle from Bintelli at Richmond LSV. Schedule a test drive today. Info at richmondlsv.com.
Do you work in healthcare? Your new future starts here. Eisenhower Health is recruiting for a variety of specialties in Southern California's beautiful Palm Springs area. Join a team where advanced care, compassion, and community come together at one of America's premier medical centers. At Eisenhower Health, you will deliver top-tier care with advanced technology while enjoying an exceptional quality of life. Find your place at Eisenhower Health. Visit emc.org/healthcarepros. That's emc.org/healthcarepros. We'll welcome you home.
This is advertising material. You know how some people say, I got a guy for that. Well, Alexander Shinar trial attorneys, they got all the guys. Medical bills piling up, they got a guy. Insurance company playing games, they got a guy. Police report missing crucial details. Yeah, they got a guy for that too. Here's the thing about getting injured in an accident. Your job is not to become a legal expert overnight. Your job is to heal. That's why Alexander Shinar trial attorneys built a team to handle everything else. Investigators who reconstruct what really happened. Medical experts who document your injuries. And negotiators who speak insurance company fluently and don't back down. They deal with the endless paperwork, the runaround phone calls, the corporate lawyers trying to lowball you into settling for pennies. You focus on getting better. They focus on getting you paid. Here's the best part. They don't get paid unless you do. No upfront cost, no risk to you. One call gets you the whole team. 877-222-6666 or visit alexwins.law.
Past results do not guarantee future outcomes. Every case is different. Philip George's licensed attorney in Virginia is responsible for legal work. Office located at 500 East Main Street, Suite 1600-113, Norfolk, Virginia 23510. This is advertising material.
Tune in to the Henrico Huddle with Dennis Bickmeyer the last Wednesday of each month, afternoons on 106.1 ESPN or updates online at henricosea.com.
Buy gold and put some silver in your pocket.
I know what you're thinking. Everything's expensive right now. How am I going to buy gold? It's Ron Paul. Nowadays, a lot of things are out of your control, but there is something you can do right now to diversify your retirement, and it doesn't cost you anything out of pocket. My friends at Birch Gold Group will help you convert an IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, a time-tested hedge against inflation. Plus, in honor of America 250, Birch Gold is going to give you a special America 250 1-ounce silver round for every $10,000 you purchase by July 2nd. Text the word SECURE to the number 989898 to get a free info kit from Birch Gold and claim eligibility for this limited time offer. Again, text the word SECURE to 989898 today.
Richmond's Morning Sports Talk. Live, local, and back on 106.1 ESPN Richmond.
Fits the bill.
Powered by Ironclad Coffee and Baking Company.
All right, welcome back in Fits the Bill here on this Wednesday morning. We roll along with our quarterback list. Numbers 16 through 35 today, 15 through 1 tomorrow. Matt Josephs will be joining us here on Fits the Bill. He's the host of the Mid-Major Matt Show. You can hear that every weekday morning from 4 until 6 p.m. So far, we've gotten Bo Nix, Mendoza, Ward, Jones, Shuck, Young, Willis, Smith, Rogers, Brissett, Tagovailoa, Penix, Sanders, Beck, and Watson. We'll go over that again if you couldn't keep track of that in just a little bit. At number 20, it's Jackson Dart. Because, man, I'm kind of obsessed with Jackson Dart's upside.
All right, I gotta disagree.
Okay, please do.
We can't put Dart in front of Cam Ward.
Really?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, absolutely not.
Jackson Dart showed more upside. Okay, well then.
I think, you know what I think Jackson Dart gets favoritism for? Because he had flashes in bigger moments. Because he's on TV more too as well.
You know, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I hear what you're saying. I will move Jackson Dart on the spot right now.
Thank you.
Jackson Dart moves to 24. And that puts Bo Nix at 20. So it throws everything off a little bit. But you know,
I'm cool with that too, actually.
Let's put Dart below Nix, Mendoza, and Cam Ward.
Okay.
Dart, maybe I was a little too high on. I hear your pushback. Yeah. And this is what it's all about, right, folks? You want to hear the feedback. You take it in real time. Maybe I was too high on Jackson Dart. So Jackson Dart, you get pushed down in real time, going from 20 all the way down to 24. Poor guy, man.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, he'll be totally fine because there is a real injury risk to him.
Yes.
Like there's a huge injury risk to him that does worry me.
Let's just call it what his brother's crazy.
Yeah. Did you see his other? You know what his younger brother's name is?
What?
Diesel.
His
younger brother's name.
Diesel Dart
is Diesel Dart, and he just committed to Utah.
Oh man, that's awesome. Does he play quarterback too?
I think he does.
Oh, that's
I
unfortunate.
think he plays for
Diesel should be a linebacker.
Well, yeah, he should be, but it's so funny.
That's awesome.
All right, number 19, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is not a great quarterback. He's also not a terrible quarterback. Like, there's nothing about him that makes me want to write home. I do think he is a legit QB. I think with Kevin O'Connell, he can really develop. But again, I'm trying to take the system out of it a little bit, which is why he is so low. Since 2019, among active quarterbacks who have taken 1,000 snaps or more, he ranks 19th out of 41 in adjusted EPA per play and 20th out of 41 in success rate. Again, nothing crazy, but I think the narrative around Kyler Murray over the last 18 months has turned into him being trash and that he's terrible and that he's a massive bust at number one. I don't think he is. He hasn't lived up maybe to the number one expectations, but there's still a lot of football left in Kyler Murray's career. If he can stay healthy and if he can develop well under Kevin O'Connell, I think Kyler Murray has the potential to get them to the Super Bowl. I was so high on Minnesota yesterday in our NFL team draft, and a lot of it boils down to the fact that Minnesota now has a capable quarterback at the helm. You don't need much more.
Yeah, I'm high on Kyler Murray this year because I think O'Connell's a QB whisperer. I think he showed that with Sam Darnold as well. Like he took what he was given from the Kyle Shanahan tree and all that and just ran with it. And I think his system is very QB friendly. And to my knowledge, he's never had a quarterback with the athletic upside as Kyler Murray. So he might get even more creative.
Oh man, the disrespect to that one random quarterback he had for that one game, that 1 year.
Yeah, you talking about the BYU quarterback?
Not I
know you're talking about. I don't remember. I don't remember his name.
I'm
but,
glad you knew.
But I remember him from BYU, and no.
Everyone was like, "This guy might actually be good in Kevin O'Connell's system." Then he went out there and he just was terrible.
I'm gonna Google it real quick. Because I feel bad because Jaron Hall.
Hall.
Yeah, because I couldn't remember his name either, but I knew he went to BYU.
I'm glad that very broad explanation. That one guy, that one time, that one.
I do BYU.
All right, so 18th is a quarterback that fell the most from last year. It's CJ Stroud.
I can't argue against that. Stroud was bad.
He was 6th last year in my list. 6th. I love CJ Stroud going into last year. Last year, CJ Stroud on my list was ranked ahead of Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert. Now, I know what Alan's thinking about Justin Herbert. Yeah, I mean, he should have been ranked above Justin Herbert because we got a Herbert hater over there. But CJ Stroud was 6th last year, and there are just so many flaws in his game. Like his rookie year, we thought he'd be a very, very, very good quarterback, right? Rookie year, he has had the same stats then every single year after that. And that's not good because you need him to get better. You'd expect him to get better, but he's turned into being just an elite level game manager. And that's evidenced by his 32nd ranked PFF offensive grade last year. And he was 11th in QBR. So according to PFF, which is the eye test, and they're actually going out there and they're grading everything, they thought he was essentially the 32nd best quarterback in the NFL last year. QBR accounts for all quarterback contributions, passes, runs, scrambles, sacks, fumbles, penalties. It also adjusts for the difficulty of each play based on down, distance, field position, clock, score, blah, blah, blah. He was doing what was needed out of him for the Texans to win games, but he was not doing anything spectacular. He's an elite level game manager. You probably can win a Super Bowl with him, but he is nowhere near the top 10 like I had him last year. CJ Stroud's the biggest loser after last year.
Yeah, well, it's like the scouting report that, we did on him when he came out of college. If you get CJ Stroud from that Georgia game, you've got a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
He was absolutely amazing. Can't be touched. And then you get the CJ Stroud that you saw last year and some CJ Stroud that you saw in like cold weather games out in Ohio State.
You saw in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's the turnovers, man. Like I just can't overlook. And these were really, really bad decisions. Like to the point where I'm like, is this even CJ Stroud? Did he body swap with somebody?
It's Freaky Friday.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy and inexcusable a lot of times.
Horrible. They were horrible turnovers. And you could argue he cost the Texans a chance at playing in the Super Bowl. I think it's as simple as that.
With that defense, all you had to do was not turn the ball
be an
over.
idiot.
Yeah.
Talk to Sam Darnold. When he learned how to not turn the ball over last season, what happened? The Seahawks became Super Bowl champions. So CJ Stroud, 6th last year, 18th this year. Man, that was a tough one. 17th, it felt bad putting him all the way down at 18th. 17th is Baker Mayfield. Dude's a gamer. Like it's as simple as that. He does falter in big moments and kind of similar to Bryce Young. He lacks the consistency where he has really great games, but he doesn't always back up the great games with another great game. And again, if I'm picking quarterbacks right now and I want to start a franchise tomorrow and I want to win a Super Bowl as fast as humanly possible, Baker is just not a guy that I'm going to turn to because I don't trust him. I don't trust that he can give me consistently good or great performances. And, oh, by the way, the numbers just don't really love Baker Mayfield. A lot of the numbers just tell a different story than what he is or like what he looks like. So I'm not a big Baker guy anymore, unfortunately.
He's just got to be consistent. If he develops consistency, not the consistency where we're talking about his stats, but like the consistency where they have these games that they play bad teams and he still looks good. then he'll be fine because he has some inexplicably head-scratching games at times.
Yeah.
And I think that's what keeps him from reaching the level where we could talk about him being a great quarterback.
Yeah. And 16th, it's Jared Goff. Goff,
C3PO.
He's a quarterback that you can win a Super Bowl with, but like you said, he's a robot. I think you can.
You can't.
I think you can.
I think he tried it and he didn't. So you can't.
Man, he's 10th in my metrics breakdown, right? The thing where I took all of the numbers where they ranked and then I averaged.
Take him out the dome.
He's look, but you don't have to take him out the dome in today's day and age in the NFL. Half the teams playing dome.
Yeah, I know, and that's why he's considered to still be good.
Over the last 3 years, he ranked 5th in the NFL in adjusted EPA per play. And even last year with the topsy-turvy offensive situation, he still logged his 3rd best season in PFF offensive grade, his best career season in turnover-worthy play rate, meaning he took care of the football and didn't put it in dangerous places. Top half of his career in passing yards, 3rd most passing touchdowns in a season, 2nd best passer rating in a single season. I think Jared Goff is a good quarterback, and we are just going to highly disagree on the Jared Goff of it all.
Yeah, I don't hate Jared Goff. He's just an easy target. When you're looking to tear down a good player, he's that guy. He's really easy to do.
And that's why he's on today's episode of the QB list and not on tomorrow's list. Because
target.
There's easy, and there are real things to like kind of pick nits with. He is an unathletic statue of a quarterback in a day and age when the day and age that doesn't really get you all that far. So
you tell Goff, I want you to throw to Amon-Ra on this play. He throws to Amon-Ra. If you take Amon-Ra away,
he's point and shoot.
Yeah, if you take Amon-Ra away, he's gonna falter. He's gonna cannot compute turnover.
Commanders in that
cannot
NFC
compute
game.
Turnover. That's who he is, man. So he's got to be coddled. He's got to be catered to every single play, and that to me is what keeps him from being a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
I do believe if you could win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, you can win a Super Bowl.
Sam Darnold process is better than Jared Goff.
I got a question for you.
Yes,
this
sir.
is a fun question. So we look back at the Matthew Stafford Jared Goff trade, right?
Yes.
The Rams got Matthew Stafford out of it, and they won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions got Jared Goff, Jameer Gibbs. They got Jameson Williams, and they got Sam Laporta, a couple of other big names, a couple of other guys, but those are the 3 big names. Who do you think won that trade?
What did you say first? The Rams got Matthew Stafford and did what?
I knew.
I mean, it doesn't matter what happens after that. They won a Super Bowl. They can hold on to that thing for over a decade.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I
agree with you.
That's the ultimate goal. Like the Lions look better on paper and obviously changed the trajectory of their franchise, and all that's good and great. But I guarantee you they would give up half those players for a Super Bowl.
Oh, what? They give up all those players.
Exactly. So that's the ultimate prize.
I get it. It is interesting, though, that like it's not as lopsided of a trade as we thought it was when it first initially happened.
When it first happened, I was like, yo, what?
I was like, huh? The Lions got fleeced, and it's like, oh, well, I guess Goff's like not terrible, and they got it. They got a good group of guys. So he is 16th. So quickly to recap what we went over here today. Tomorrow, it's 15 through 1. Tune in. Hour number 2. Hour number 2 is going to be an absolute blast tomorrow. We'll have a special guest coming in from the Flying Squirrels, and then the remainder of it, we'll be breaking down 15 through 1 top quarterbacks. Mid-Major Matt, Matt Josephs from the Mid-Major Matt Show. He'll be joining us right here in hour number 2. You can hear him every single weekday from 4 till 6 p.m. But it was Jared Goff at 16, Baker Mayfield at 17, CJ Stroud at 18, Kyler at 19, Bo Nix at 20, Fernando Mendoza at 21, Cam Ward at 22, Jackson Dart at 24. We changed that in real time, folks. We're nimble. We're quick. Daniel Jones, 25th. Tyler Shuck, 26th. Bryce Young, 27th. Malik Willis, 28th. Geno Smith, 29th. Aaron Rodgers, 30th. Jacoby Brissett, 31st. Tua Tagovailoa, 32nd. Michael Penix, 33rd. Shador, 34th. Carson Beck, 35th. And Deshaun Watson, 36th. The numbers got messed up somewhere in there, but that's essentially the breakdown, where tomorrow we'll have 15 through 1. Real quick before we get up on out of here, we got to text in a multi-leg parlay. I got the text and said, should I let it ride? Parlay had Panama losing to Croatia, That hit. And then today, it's Switzerland over Canada, Bosnia-Herzegovina over Qatar, Brazil over Scotland, Mexico over Czechia, and Germany over Ecuador. I worry because two of those teams have already clinched their way into the next stage, into the round of 32. That's Mexico and Germany. I worry they just don't have a lot to play for. And if Ecuador or Czechia can get up early, that Mexico and Germany just won't care.
Brother, Texer, and I'm saying this with the utmost respect because I too am a gambler. You have $1 on this bet to win 330.
Let it ride.
Your cash out is $7.
Let it
if
ride.
you don't let this ride, come on now. What are we talking about?
Man,
Sorsby would be so disappointed in you right now.
Maybe the way we let
at least
this
get that
play.
up to $20 and then consider the cash out.
Yeah, maybe watch what but then that kicks it. Oh, wait, but the Germany's on Thursday game. So if you can get through the 6 p.m. games, get through the Switzerland, Bosnia, Brazil game, maybe see that cash out go up a little bit, maybe cash out. But yeah, it's $1. You Brits nothing. Let it ride, and then let us know when you win big.
Come on,
and
man.
then let us hold $1. Come by the Flying Squirrels game on Friday. Let us hold $1. All right, that'll do it for Fitz the Bill right here on 106.1 ESPN Richmond on this Wednesday morning. We'll be back tomorrow. QB list 15 through 1. Matt Joseph will be joining. You don't want to miss it.